Okay, this is a 10,000 mAh power bank and this phone has 10,000 mAh battery. 2025 has been the year of bigger batteries. What started off as a mere increase in battery from 5,000 mAh to 6,500 to 7,000, it has now reached this humongous 10,000 mAh. And the reason? Silicon carbon. Now you would be like, this is just dumbness. If you want more battery, just shove in more battery into the phone. What's so innovative about it? There are phones that can do 32,000 mAh. Well, innovation is this phone is just 8.3 mm thick. That's slimmer than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And for perspective, iPhone 17 Pro Max only has a 5,000 mAh battery. Half of this. So does bigger battery mean better battery life? We put all popular flagships launched in 2025 together. In fact, all the flagship phones ranging from 5,000 mAh battery to 10,000 mAh battery. And then we talk to industry experts on the inside and a lot of research. There is some things that you need to know about the silicon carbon battery. Prateek, TechWiser, let's go. Now, before we jump into the drain test, there's something important you need to understand. Smartphone batteries in general have gone through three major phases. Phase 1 was the capacity era. Brands just kept increasing battery size. The only goal was phones should last one full day. So you put in more battery, make phones thicker, get good battery life. That's it. Then came the phase 2 era. That was a dual cell era. The focus shifted from lasting longer to charging faster. Brands split one big battery into two smaller battery cells which reduced heat and enabled them insanely fast charging. That's how we saw 120 watt, 200 watt and even 240 watt charging became possible. And now this is the third. Silicon carbon era. This is about fitting massive batteries without compromising on the thickness of the device or charging. That's why today's phone can pack 7,000 or even 10,000 mAh batteries while staying surprisingly slim. For example, this is the Honor Win RT, Find X9 Pro and Galaxy S25 Ultra. All have roughly the same thickness, but if you see their battery capacities are different. And the reason is battery density. The Honor Win RT has the highest battery density followed by Find X9 Pro and then the S25 Ultra. So this particular game allows Honor to pack a bigger battery in the same thickness of the phone. And this kind of advanced battery technology is coming from China because China is a massive innovator in EVs and right now it's far ahead than the rest of the world in just battery innovation. So smartphones have evolved, batteries have evolved and the internet has also evolved quite a lot, which means more risk to your data, and that's where Surfshark VPN steps in. And this part of the video is supported by Surfshark VPN, and fair thing, we have been personally using Surfshark VPN before they even approached us for this video. And two reasons why you should use it too. Number one, Surfshark VPN works on all popular websites like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Sony Live, etc. with good privacy, so you can even unlock content from other parts of the world that are not available in India. Number two, these days, even for generating simple PDF or just editing a PDF, you need to sign in, you need to enter your email ID and mobile number. So Surfshark VPN has this option called alternate ID. So you can give these third-party websites a temporary email ID or mobile number instead of giving your original mobile number or email ID. Now Surfshark VPN is available at a never seen before cost and you get unlimited device access also. You can go to surfshark.com/techvisor or click on the first link in the description and enter coupon code TechVisor to get extra 4 months off. Also, there is a 30 days money back guarantee, so there's no harm in trying. Now, back to the test. So we lined up popular flagships from 4,000 mAh all the way to 10,000 mAh. Now, quick disclaimer, out of all these phones, only the iPhone 17 Pro and the S25 Ultra do not use a silicon carbon battery. Now, looking at the battery capacities, I know what you're thinking. I think it's an easy win for the Win RT. I mean, yes and no. The main question is, can Honor last twice than the iPhone 17 Pro? Because if putting in more batteries is the formula, everyone should just go with a bigger size in batteries. Dirty mind. And as always, we have kept all the phones charged at 100%. They were connected to the same Wi-Fi network with Bluetooth and location turned on. The brightness was set to auto and the speaker volume was set to around 50%. Also, we did not enable any performance mode or any other special optimizations that they have. Now, we split this test in 9 rounds which simulated real life tasks. Now, in the first 1 hour, we ran AnTuTu benchmark 4 times back to back on every phone. And the reason to do this is playing games simultaneously on all the phones is practically impossible. So to simulate a high performance task, we used AnTuTu. And at the end of this round, the Win RT had the lowest battery drain of 15%. The iPhone and the Nothing Phone 3 had the worst battery drain of 32%. Now, of course, Nothing Phone 3 had the most because 32% of 5500 mAh is higher. This is still less. But after this, we moved on to 3D Mark stress test. This benchmark exactly represents a heavy gaming task. Now, by the end of this hour, we were around the 2-hour mark. So next we switched to casual usage. First, we played Instagram Reels continuously for 1 hour on all the phones. Then came Subway Surfer. After that, we started playing a full 2-hour Netflix movie on every device. But midway through this round, it was already 1 o'clock in the night, so we had to leave. We were exhausted. So we paused the movie and left the phones idle overnight just to check the idle battery drain throughout the night. We didn't change anything. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, everything stayed on. And this is what we saw the next morning. Now, the Honor Win RT performed the best, losing just 2% battery overnight. However, Nothing Phone 3 lost the most with a 7% battery drop. Now, none of these phones have a SIM card inside them, so 7% is quite a lot. Now, let's resume the movie. The Nothing Phone 3 was already very low on battery, so it couldn't finish the movie. It shut down completely, making it the first phone to die after 5 hours and 17 minutes. What's even more surprising is that the Galaxy S25 Ultra with a smaller 5000 mAh battery lasted over an hour longer, finishing at 6 hours 34 minutes, which clearly tells us there's something off with the optimization of the phone 3. Soon after, the iPhone 17 Pro also shut down after 7 hours and 8 minutes. So now we know the target. Can the Honor Win RT go double than this at 14 hours? To find out, we continued with YouTube's short scrolling. However, before this round could even begin properly, one more phone was already out. The Vivo X300 completely shut down at around 7 hours 20 minutes. By the way, given its form factor, lasting over 7 hours is actually pretty respectable. Next, we switched to Instagram Reels, and during this round, the Vivo X300 Pro couldn't keep up either. It shut down at 9 hours 3 minutes. Now at last, we ran 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme Stress Test, and this is how it went. The OnePlus 15 was the first phone to shut down at around 9 hours and 46 minutes, finishing 6th overall. Next was the Oppo Find X9 Pro, shut down at around 9 hours and 57 minutes, finishing 7th overall. And finally, the Honor Win RT, it shut down at 10 hours 35 minutes. This made it the last phone to die, and this is the winner of this battery drain test. And after so many hours, it finally comes to an end. Here's the conclusion table for you. Have a good look. It was 11 hours to run this battery drain test. Likes, and we'll do more of it. So what do we learn from this test? Firstly, yes, phones with bigger batteries do last longer. But if silicon carbon battery is this good, why isn't everyone using them already? Why are Samsung, Apple and Google not doing silicon carbon battery? Well, there are a few reasons for it. First is the safety regulations. Batteries above 5400 mAh or 20 watt-hour are classified as class 9 dangerous good. This is mostly for US, Europe and popular shipping companies. That's the exact reason why both Nothing and Vivo had two battery variants for their flagship, one for Europe and the other for Asia. Brands like Samsung, Apple and Google, whose major market is US and Europe, for them it's not worth it to go through all of this. Number two, the swelling problem. Traditional batteries expand by about 10% during charging, but silicon carbon batteries can swell up to 15 to 20%. Now, if a phone's internal frame isn't designed with enough space to handle this, that pressure can cause screen lifting, internal damage, or even the glass back cracking over time. Also, silicon carbon batteries degrade faster than traditional batteries, but that's just theory. In order for smartphones to show the same problem in real life, we need smartphones with silicon carbon battery to at least be 2 to 3 years old. That's not happened yet. So for brands, there's a lot of uncertainty. Now the result of this video. The Honor Win RT with its 10,000 mAh battery finishes at the top and delivered the best battery life overall. Agreed. But the Oppo Find X9 Pro is the real surprise here. Despite having a much smaller battery, 7500 mAh, it came very close to the 10,000 mAh phone. Similarly, if you see, the S25 Ultra had lesser battery but lasted more than the Nothing Phone 3. So this clearly shows that while battery capacity matters, good efficiency and optimization also matters as much. They go hand in hand. So if you have a scale where we plot 4000 to 10,000 mAh, I believe 4000 to 5500 can perform similar if better optimized, or even 7500 to 10,000 mAh can perform similar if better optimized. But you cannot optimize a 4000 mAh to perform like a 10,000 mAh. So you will see bigger batteries in smartphone. That is the future. And hold on, let me get something. So this is my power bank. RIP. It was good knowing you. Served me really well. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.